Former Republican Governor Charlie Crist endorses Democrat Keith Fitzgerald to represent Sarasota and Manatee County in Congress. SNN local news reporter Jim Spiewak has more on the former governor's stop in Sarasota and what this means for this congressional race.
He served as Florida's 44th governor and recently spoke at the Democratic National Convention. And now Charlie Crist is endorsing Sarasota's own Keith Fitzgerald for the U.S. Congress.
Keith Fitzgerald will be a great leader for the people of this district.
Former Governor Charlie Crist was in Sarasota Tuesday to lend his endorsement to Florida's 16th Congressional District Democratic candidate Keith Fitzgerald, praising him on issues important to Florida, like that of education.
The man's a PhD, for crying out loud, so it is in his heart and in his soul.
And he applauded Fitzgerald's stance on the environment, but Crist, who just 4 years ago attended fundraisers for offshore oil drilling, says he now thinks otherwise.
It was Keith Fitzgerald who mentioned to me about trying to stop oil drilling off our coast. And it is a passion that we both share, that we're committed to.
Protesters gathered outside the press conference announcing their displeasure to who they now call Flip-Flop Charlie.
He switched to independent and now he's switching to Democrat. The man has no compass. He goes to wherever he thinks he can get a position.
Whatever that position may be now, Crist defends it.
A lot of things have changed over the years, particularly with my former party. And so I'm happy and much more comfortable being where I am right now.
4 years ago, Crist endorsed Fitzgerald's opponent, Republican Vern Buchanan. So in response to Crist's announcement Tuesday, Buchanan's campaign manager, Sally Tibbetts, said in a statement, "Keith can have Charlie Crist. We'll take Linda Huber Fitzgerald," Keith's sister, who endorsed Buchanan back in September.
A Republican from the mid-'80s to 2010, Crist is now an independent, but an independent supporting those who lean a little more to the left. Reporting in Sarasota, Jim Spiewak, SNN Local News.
Now, during the Democratic National Convention, Crist made it a point to say he was not switching to the Democratic Party. He also said he didn't leave the Republican Party, rather the party left him.